We're back! Welcome to the 2017 HotelPlanner.com PGA EuroPro Tour. Last year gave us some dramatic finishes, holes in one and outstanding golf. Let's see what this year has in store for us. Welcome to the PGA EuroPro Tour here at the magnificent Close House in Northumberland. This is the tour's third visit to the course, just south of Hadrian's Wall. So let's head over to John E. Morgan for more about this stunning venue.
Well, here we are, the season opener, Close House 2017 PGA EuroPro Tour is upon us, and here we go. Now, later on in the year, you've got Lee Westwood hosting the British Masters as well to boot. We've got this beautiful golf course, the Colt, which is a par 71, just under the 7,000 yards long. Now, it's time to get the show on the road. Come on.
Thanks, John. Past champions here, Richard James and Marcus Armitage, went on to claim their Challenge Tour cards, and our players here will be hoping to do just that. Here's what's coming up.
We chat to Scotsman Neil Fenwick.
The future goals are to play on the main tour. That's the ultimate goal.
I take my first golf lesson.
Forget the ball's even there, you're just brushing the ground with the club head.
John E. Morgan shows us the way to play Close House.
Drift a little bit, come on, Wind, help me out.
Kit is on the course, of course.
He should be able to get it reasonably close.
And we will bring you all the final round action.
We've already seen some fantastic golf this week, and here are the players who are in contention.
Dermot McElroy earned his EuroPro Tour card with one of the strongest ever Q-School performances. He won first stage at the Carrick and came second at final stage at Frilford Heath, and now leads the first event of the season. 2015 Walker Cup star and Irish amateur champion Gavin Moynihan is another EuroPro debutant here at Close House. John Henry first played on the EuroPro in 2010 and finished 7th in the Lookers Championship last year. Neil Fenwick has a host of top 10 EuroPro finishes to his name, but is still on the hunt for a maiden victory. After finishing inside the top 20 on the Order of Merit in 2014 and 2015, Fraser had a disappointing 2016 by his standards and needed Q-School to improve his playing category for this season.
Dermot McElroy is currently leading after the first 2 rounds. Let's find out more about the man from Northern Ireland with Kit.
Dermot, you've only been a professional for a few months now, but a very impressive amateur career. What were the highlights of that period for you?
Probably the West of Ireland. It's always like the North of Ireland and the West of Ireland would be my 2 main events of the season, because like I have a lot of history down in Ross's Point, and obviously Portrush is only down the road from me, so the 2 events I always wanted to win. So I was very happy to win the West and compete in the final in the North of Ireland one year as well. So.
And this is your first professional event where you'll be in the final group, leading going into the final round. How much are you looking forward to today?
Yeah, no, I really am. You know, I've led a lot of amateur tournaments in the final day, so I've a lot of experience behind me. No, I'll just play my own game, and I'm sure if I play well, I'll be good enough. And
where's your expectation? You came out your first EuroPro Tour event. Were you coming here wanting to win? Or were you just kind of trying to see where the lay of the land was and where you were against the other guys?
No, I knew I was playing well, because I had to qualify through the first stage and second stage of the EuroPro, and I won the first stage and finished second in the second stage, so I knew I was playing well coming in this year. And the course does suit me. It's not a long golf course, and you got to drive it straight, which sits me down to the ground, so it is. So it's been good so far.
With a one-shot lead heading into the final round, how do you approach it? Are you someone that's a leaderboard watcher, or do you just try and stay in your own bubble?
Stay in my own bubble. I don't really like watching the leaderboard at all. One shot leads nothing in golf. As you know, it's only one shot. So yeah, again, just stick to my routine and do what I'm doing. How
important would it be for you moving forward to get that win today?
Again, I have a full schedule on the EuroPro, and I have Challenger starts as well. But yeah, to be leading the money list would be great. So it would, and it would get me, you know, more potential starts as well. So
brilliant, excellent work this week, and play well today.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
4 wins this year will earn you a staggering £250,000. Let's get to the final round action to see who is a step closer to that prize with our commentators Scott Drummond, John Morgan, but first, Phil Yates.
Thanks, Imogen. Yes, welcome to the closing round action here on the Colt course at Close House. And it's a pretty close tournament as well. Out in front, Dermot McIlroy, 7 under par, 1 clear of his fellow Irishman, Gavin Moynihan, and plenty of players in with a realistic chance of starting the season in the best possible fashion.
There we go, man. 7 last year, John Henry on the tee. Out with driver.
Nice poised swing there. Looking to open his account early, get some early birdies in, make some moves up this leaderboard.
Yeah, nicely drew that off the right hand side here. We see it in slow-mo, Scotty. Hey, this is a nice athletic swing, isn't it?
Yeah, nice and stable. Lower half, generating a lot of power there.
A lot of lag in that swing as well to boot.
Poised finish as well.
Now this is Gavin Moynihan. What a glittering amateur career. But of course, when you're playing for cash, it's a different kettle of fish.
You're not wrong there. Scott would be the best one to know this one. He's earned the biggest check out of all of us.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, John. But yeah, no, absolutely. Different mindset when you're playing for your living. But that's another nice opening tee shot.
Here's this man's on, obviously, Christopher Wade. Good confidence in an amateur career and lovely swing as well. And look at that, nice little stable finish. Yeah. Now the Irishman.
Rounds of 67 and 68 so far. And like Moynihan, plenty of titles in the amateur ranks, but that one, not the start he wanted.
No, that's just leaked out to the right. It's just gone over the red line. Oh, and that's going to be tricky.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully have a closer look at that one in a bit. Well, there it is. Nice. Oh, I'm really interested to see. We'll just see what went wrong there, Scotty.
Yeah, I think he just came out of it a little bit early. You could see once he completes his swing here, he's just leaning, trying to hold it up. He knows it's leaked right.
So not a good start for McIlroy, but what about Ashton Turner, the pride of Kenwick Park Golf Club? 5 birdies and a bogey in his first 6 holes, still seeking his first par.
Fair play, that's a turn up for the +4s. Cracking round of golf so far. Can he keep it going?
Yeah, and he's on a par 5 here, second shot. Launching one in.
He's got to be looking at eagle here. Find the putting surface, you give yourself a chance, and he has done just that. And that is on the back right tier. Very good shot. Now look at this one. He's got to try and wrap the hands over. It's probably blessing that he doesn't have to fade it, or that wall might come into play.
Yeah, his key is not to get too greedy. He looks like he's made a pretty good fist of that.
He's still a long way from home there, Scotty. We'll see here. Able to wrap the hands over, bring it round, low.
Yeah, just trying to drive it under those bushes next to the tree.
Yeah, not grounding the club either. In a hazard there. Now Fenwick. Over the big tier, up to this back left pin position.
Yeah, very difficult to get the line and the pace on those long putts. He looks like he got the pace, but a little bit of a misjudgment there with the line. Now Henry, second shot to the first. What's he got here? All these guys will be looking for some early birdies.
That was a 7-iron in his hand there. This tall, high rising, landing softly. Oh, and he's done it a treat. Pin eye right. Right on the money.
Now Turner for eagle to keep this blistering start going.
Go on, my son.
He's feeding it down.
Go on, my son. Oh.
Well, that should be another birdie. And like you said, Phil, yet to make a par.
Now this would be an adventurous two-putt for Fenwick. I think a lesson learnt there. These greens are the defence of the course, John.
Oh, they are indeed. They're swirly, topsy-turvy, massive runoffs. They really can cause havoc for your round. You're slightly in the wrong place, just like Neil was there at the front of this green. Not the place you want to be, right up. You need to be at the back of this green to be able to have a decent chance of holding a putt. But this is a man who's overdue a win on this tour. He was kind of labelled as the Sergio Garcia of the EuroPro Tour, but obviously Sergio's ticked that box now, winning the Masters, so hopefully he can do the same and win one too.
Unsighted, can't see the bottom of the flag here. And Moynihan, I think, will be mildly satisfied with that. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, pin high is never too bad. Now look at this round here. 2 under through the front 9. 4 birdies on the back 9. 2 to go. And Lloyd is making a big move here.
This for eagle as well, off the right hand side. It's going to break a good 6 feet up over a little rise, and then it gathers a bit more speed as it gets closer to the hole, and that's well left.
Yeah, and that was a good shot there, John. You could really see the greens here, the slopes and the runoffs you were talking about just a minute ago.
They're so severe, Scotty. I mean, I've walked around this golf course and just well impressed with it. I mean, the design of it's brilliant. It's cut to perfection, and the greens are going to play havoc for the players, as we see young Irishman bumping it into the little upslope, try and kill a bit of the speed, and he's done a good job. Bit of work to be done though.
Yeah, a little bit of work to save the par, but actually to finish here from that tee shot, to get it to here in 2, he'd have been delighted with that.
Now this is James Fraser from a course they call the Links in the Sky, Pennard Golf Club in South Wales.
His boy's a strong lad, James. Lovely chap from Wales. It's nice to see him back out here and playing some good golf. Didn't have the season he probably wanted last year. I mean, high expectations from his peers as well and fellow players. As we see Turner here at the 8th.
Oh, and that was a big misjudgment from a fairly short yardage. Now Moynihan to open his account with a birdie at the first, pin high with the approach. Got to come up the slope here. Has he given it enough? No. On line, 3 foot short, so a little bit of work for his par on the opening hole.
Understandable, I suppose, to be tentative in his position. Nothing tentative about the round of Kyson Lloyd from Wellingborough Golf Club. His role model is the Liverpool footballer Steven Gerrard, and he won a Faldo Series event at the lovely Hollandwell course.
Yeah, well, he's flying today, and he needs this one to keep it going. This for yet another birdie.
Yeah, serious money making round. He slots this one in, bit off the right. Lovely jubbly. Nice birdie. What a back 9 this has turned in to be.
And carrying on the form he showed at Q School recently when he was tied 5th.
Now Turner to make amends. Well, he's done really well there. Must have had a half decent lie. Still left himself a bit of work though.
Right, Henry, this has settled the nerves for the rest of the round. Up the hill, can be firm and positive. Bit off the right. What a start. Well done, John.
Yeah, that's a great opening putt. Always nice to hold one of those on a nice pace into the hole.
It's been more solid than spectacular from James Fraser so far. 3 straight pars. He's on the 4th together with Kit.
James Fraser's hit a really good tee shot here into the tough par 3 4th. The pin is tucked on the right. He's managed to hit it right of the pin. The advantage of that being he's now left himself an uphill birdie putt that he can really be aggressive with.
Yeah, well, this would be a real pickup on this hole. Long par 3, not easy. He's giving himself a good chance here from this angle. Oh,
Well,
yes.
You won't see many 2s on the 4th. The whole week. It's a powerful par 3. And this one just disappearing on James Fraser. Happy as Larry. Little nonchalant walk after it. Little sigh of relief to boot. Now Turner downhill off the left. All slopes down to the brook there just in front of the green.
Yeah, this would be a spectacular save. It's got half a chance. Just needed another roll, I think.
He just didn't have enough for breakfast, did he? He should have had an extra baked bean or two. And I'd have found the bottom of the cup.
Now, the last thing you want to do when you've got the overnight lead is to bogey the very first hole.
Yeah, this is an important putt to start his round. He got himself back in position, played a half-decent chip. Oh, and that's painful. They're not too impressed either.
He's like, you could have held that, Jim. He's like, yeah, mate. Well, that's a 5, though, for the Irishman. And just that drive cost him out of position off the word go on the first hole.
The Lucas Championship is the very definition of tight. Would you believe we now have 6 joint leaders, and everyone on the leaderboard is separated by only a couple of strokes. Nerves at the first cost McIlroy his slender lead. He now joins the pack, and among that pack on 6 under, Kyson Lloyd may be close to a breakthrough win at Close House. The Colt Course at Close House in Northumberland, England, is holding the Lucas Championship. It's a picture at the moment. Hard to believe it snowed here on the practice day. The weather is fine now. And set fair, Gavin Moynihan and Dermot McIlroy. They both birdied the 3rd hole, so are now joint leaders, one clear of a rather healthy pack. The shot showing you just how sternly defended the 4th hole on the Colt Course is. And that's where we find Mr. Moynihan.
Yeah, playing long today. Strong 4-iron, probably the club. Into a little bit of breeze. Finding the putting surface is good. Anything better than that, like that, is a stunning shot. And I don't think we'll see better than that today.
Here's John at the next.
This is the 5th, par 4, uphill. As you can see, yardage down there, 398 yards. European Tour event coming here, the British Masters. This is going to be the first. Lee Westwood, my buddy, here you go. Coming here on the 28th of September to the 1st of October, and it's uphill, left to right, 2 bunkers on the left, 1 on the right, a couple up by the green, raised green. Let's have a go for it. Right, wind off the left. Ready for it, Lee? Go, my son. Right, here we go there. We're going to take off, take off! Well, second shot at the 5th, and what a beauty it is. Hidden pin, really, can't see the bottom of it, really raised in front of me. You've got one big bunker there lurking on the right hand side, but it's a big putting area to hit into. You know, you can't really miss this, especially if you're in a position like I am right now in the middle of this fairway. But if you do miss the green, it's going to be an awkward chip because it's really banked out round the back, and obviously if you spin it back off the front, you're going to have an awkward one as well. I just got a little pitch and wedge, pins at the front. See if I can send it past with a bit of chubby checker. Drift a little bit, come on wind, help me out, help me out. Probably just past the hole, nice course management, good hole.
Like that tee shot, it was golf's answer to the Great North Run. Now here's James Fraser up the hill on that same 5th.
Yeah, just a wedge up the hill here as we saw John play it, and that one is leaking way right.
He does not want to be up there, Scotty. I mean, that is one difficult chip. He's going to have to get his weight with the slope, and it's very rapid once it gets on the putting surface. Now, the Irishman at the 4th. Can he follow his playing partner?
Yeah, it's, as we said, it's a strong long iron required. And that one looks to be leaking right, which it has. Oh, well, it's appeared there. Not a bad spot, bit of green to work with.
It's not a bad place to actually leave yourself. Long and right. As we see Lloyd now, 6 under, trailing by 1.
Yeah, and a birdie at the last will be an incredible back 9, but that is short.
Yeah, there's a little pop bunker lurking down there. Might just gathered the ball. As we see Henry now.
He hasn't deviated from par yet.
And I feel that one's going left. Yeah, looks to be pin high.
Yeah, safe as houses.
Yeah, not a bad result there at all on this hole. Now here we go, Fraser. You know, he needs some kind of lie here to be able to get the club on the back of the ball. You can see how much above the putting surface he is. Difficult here, got to get his weight on his left side.
Well, he's pulling his own clubs today. He doesn't need a caddy from there, he needs a Sherpa.
Yeah, that was up a mountain.
McIlroy's missed the green right here at the fourth and he's short-sided himself. It's a tricky little shot. He's only got about 8 yards of green to work with and the grain of the grass is into him. He should be able to get it reasonably close though.
He made a good job getting out of the way in time, Kit, there. Now, get this one up nice and high, land it on the green softly. He's gone the low route, trying to release it down to the pin, just not giving it enough beans.
Yeah, nice simple action. He played it well. I think he just needed a couple of yards on it. But he's left himself a tester again in these opening holes.
Yeah, like you're saying, Scott, very simple technique now. Fraser, long putt off the green, through the fringe. It's going to be fairly straight. He's got to hit it though. He's lagged it. It was a difficult chip he had ahead, you know, not able to get that one close. Now Henry for a 2 on this tough fourth.
Well, the weight was dead weight. A bit more pace might have held on the line for him. But 3, always a good score on this hole.
That's what I like to see, putting out. No need to mark it, tap it in, mate. Good man, speed up the game.
John, I couldn't agree with you more. The needless marking that goes on, I think, really does slow the pace, not just on this tour, but every tour around the world.
Amen to that. Well, he did find that little bunker. I think we're going to see a splash of sand. Not much green to work with. Oh yeah, there we go. It's got to slow down, slow down. There's the downslope there. It could feed off the back of the green. Whoa, ball.
Now, Fraser for a bogey. Can't afford to be dropping 2 early on in this round. Can't really afford to be dropping any. That was safely in, but very disappointing. Now, Moynihan with the best tee shot of the day we've seen into this long par 3 fourth. Can he convert it? Yeah, silky stroke there, John.
Yeah, that was a very good stroke. Great weight as well. That was nowhere else. Used the whole hole. Perfect. Great 2.
Moynihan is now 3 strokes ahead of this man, Nick McCarthy from the Moortown Club in Yorkshire. His golfing idol is Tiger Woods. How can you argue with that? And he's won on the EuroPro Tour before at Formby Hall.
And Nick McCarthy, it's nice to see him up here on the leaderboard. Had a tough year last year. This guy comes and plays some good golf. A big hole drifting left to right into the 7th green. Oh, right over the stick. Hold tight. Oh, that's not too bad. He might fancy his chances from there.
Now Lloyd on 18. He's had a tremendous day up to now. He really needs to make this one for par. Oh, and that's a disappointing end to his back 9.
Well, there's a bit of work to be done. McIlroy on 4. This to save his par. And grabs the left edge. That'll settle their nerves.
Mini fist pump there, John. He knew how much that meant.
Any momentum you can give yourself, you do it. And keep smiling.
Now to the left-hander, Steve Uzel from the Hornsey Golf Club, former Brabazon Trophy winner.
He is indeed. This boy can play. Good temperament on the golf course, lovely game. And look at that, a good Phil Mickelson touch as well on him. He's a little bit disappointed that didn't actually feed down to the hole a little bit more because it's pretty pacey down there.
Lloyd for bogey on the 18th. As you said, John, still a bit of work to do. Yeah, a good putt to finish, but look at that closing bogey on an otherwise perfection of a back nine.
Yeah, great round of golf that, 6 under par. Now McCarthy for eagle at the back of 7. Just going to gather some pace, take the turn. Don't go too far. Whoa, ball, whoa, put the brakes on.
Ashton Turner, another contender, is from England. He's 21 years of age. He turned professional last year, and already he's making quite an impact. A former winner of the Daily Telegraph Junior Championship.
And here he is at the par 5 10th. Third shot. Little chip from below the green. Up and on. And pretty good job there, John.
I think you'd be happy with that. You'd also be worn out, because I tell you what, the 10th is uphill from start to finish, and it's a beast. Now Zell, little bit off the right hand side. Good putter, this lad, just aiming on the right edge of the hole, and it disappears. That's a good 4.
Yes, and if you don't make birdie on the 7th, you feel as though you've missed out. The easiest hole on the course by some distance.
It is indeed. In modern day standards, very short par 5. Turner for a birdie. Yes.
Now here we go, McCarthy also for birdie at the 7th. We saw that first putt of his just keep going on by, but that's confidently done. Great 2-putt from just the back fringe. Another birdie on the card.
And that birdie takes McCarthy 2 shots off the lead, held by Gavin Moynihan. Now, away from the pressures of the closing round and dreams of playing in the end-of-season Tour Championship, Imogen Barclay has undertaken a golfing challenge overseen by our very own Kit Alexander.
Okay, Imogen, you've joined the EuroPro Tour team this year. You're not a very experienced golfer, but this is a great opportunity for you to have a go. So we've set you a little challenge this year where we're going to take you from beginner to good enough to enter the Pro-Am at the Tour Championships at the end of the season. You up for that?
I'm up for it, but it sounds very daunting at the start considering I'm a total beginner.
I've got faith in you. There's enough time. I've seen you swing. You're not bad. Let's see how you get on with the ball in play. I'm just going to get you to relax your knees a little bit and then just bend forward slightly more. So your bum's just going to be sticking out a little bit, relaxed sort of knees. So you're feeling kind of athletic. What you want to be thinking is, imagine this golf club's a hammer and you're just hammering that ball towards the target. The club head itself, we've got a nice 7-iron here, so that's going to hit it up, eyes on the ball, and just sweep the top of the ground.
Okay, so sweeping.
What I want you to imagine is you've got a train track with 2 parallel lines heading towards the flag. So the outside train track is where your club face should be pointing, and that's at the flag. And your feet and body want to be parallel, but inside to that. So you're pointing just left of it, and that should launch it straight, because you're hitting it great, but just a little right. I love that finish. I would say my work here's done.
I like the train track. I like the loose leg analogy as well, and sweeping.
Tell you what, that is genuinely one of the most impressive 3 shots I've ever seen from someone who's never played golf.
I'm just copying what you're saying. I think you're a great teacher.
My invoice is in the post.
Thanks, Kit.
Former amateur star Gavin Moynihan leads the way by 2 after the opening exchanges in the final round of the Lucas Championship. This is Newcastle upon Tyne. The famous river, famous bridges, the Angel of the North, and perhaps most famous of the lot, yes, St James's Park, home of Newcastle United. Come on the Geordies. Now here at Close House, just in rural Northumberland, Gavin Moynihan enjoys a 1-shot lead in the Lucas Championship.
Yeah, and this man's hunting him down. Currently 3 behind. Second shot to the 11th. Sending it high into the sky, John.
Yes, indeed, and this one needs to land nice and softly. He's done that extremely well. That's set up another lovely chance. Now this hole, what a par 3 this 9th. Is very difficult green to come into. Got to bring it in from right to left. Well, that looks super right. That needs some serious sling on it.
Yes, the difficulty of this hole is very much dictated by where the pin is, and that's bailing out.
Well, look where that pin is. Phil, I mean, Scotty, we would have been doing exactly the same, wouldn't we?
Well,
I would have.
Speak for yourself, John.
Oh, thanks, Scott.
I'd have just hit a high draw in there into that left corner. But here we go. Lovely little shot there. Great control.
Yes, from our German visitor, Hendrik Beans. -4 at the moment. Set to go -5. John was talking about Neil Fenwick earlier in the programme. Hasn't won on the EuroPro Tour yet, but he's had multiple wins on the Tartan Tour, and as everyone knows, that is a very tough school indeed.
Having my little boy was a change for the best. It's amazing. Now he's a bit more in a routine. I can get back to my golf, but it was hard leaving him at such a young age. And my partner was on maternity leave, and I think it's made my game a bit more solid, and I've got some more direction, you know, with where it's going. My goal is to try and win the Order of Merit, but first of all, I need to set the first goal is to try and get my first win on here. I've narrowly missed out a few times, but the game's good enough. It's just getting out of the way of myself and letting it happen. I've had a lot of narrow misses, and it's tough to take sometimes, you know, because you play so well and you don't really get rewarded for it. But you know, it'll happen when it happens. Key is, you know, keeping it on the short stuff off the tee and leaving the greens are pretty firm and quite fast and slopey, so knocking it in the right areas to hole putts. If you leave yourself past the hole down the hill, they're exceptionally quick. So it's your iron distance control and hitting it to the right parts of the greens to allow you to make some birdies.
Now the subject of that illuminating feature, Mr. Fenwick, is down there in the bunker. Honestly, it's a deep one.
It's a big beauty. Guarding the right portion of this green. This is difficult. Get it up quick. Got to spin it. Hell of a lot. Oh, and he's played it. Look at that. Oh, a little nudge off his playing partner.
I think it just rolled back.
Yeah, it looked like it just moved and moved back. Just checking there, because otherwise if it had moved and they'd seen it, he would have had to replace it.
Yeah, well said, Scotty. Now this one looks off the right. Slightly down the hill. Good touch. Hit it, boy. To be.
No, can't have tentative putts on the final day. If you want to get to the top of that leaderboard, you've got to give every putt a chance.
Now on the 7th, James Fraser hoping that history repeats itself. The season opener on the EuroPro Tour last year was won by Adam Runcie from Abergele. Can a Welshman triumph again today?
Oh, look at this. This one's tracking. Oh, just give it a good chance, though. He's got a nice uphill putt from a couple of feet for his birdie.
Yeah, and that was another demonstration of a very simple and effective pitching technique. Now here's the mammoth putt of McCarthy.
It is indeed. I'd close my eyes on this one and hope for the best. Coming right up a very strong tier. Going to swing from right to left.
I mean, normally we say get it inside the bin lid, but I think he'd be happy inside 2 bin lids from there.
Oh, he's done. Part 1 is successful. That's just on the outside of that first bin lid, I reckon.
Yeah,
Scotty?
I think you're right. It's a great effort. Now Fraser, a little off the left. After that superb little chip and run. And another confident short putt.
Yeah, you can see his 2 playing partners as well, making mincemeat of this this hole as well, getting it in very tight to that flag. That's for Neil Fenwick for a birdie at 7.
Yeah, well, that's what tour golf's all about, John, isn't it? You've got to birdie those par 5s.
It's a must-do. There's plenty of tough holes out there, and yeah, he's just going to mark his ball back. It was in the way. Now this is some 2-putt if he can slot this one in. This will be a great 3 at the 9th.
Yeah, I think this could be a contender for 2-putt of the season. Very, very well done. And he'll be breathing a sigh of relief as he walks off there.
He works very hard at his game, Nick. Nice to see him up there. The Baines. This to make it 3 birdies and 3. Yes. Yes, easy peasy lemon squeezy for this 3-ball. All the 4s.
Now a more difficult proposition than the 7th is the par 3 12th.
Yeah, and here's Turner, still 3 behind. Looked a good strike. Just a couple of yards to the left, and that would have been very good. And McIlroy, shirt sleeves for this boy today.
Yes, and we saw Kyson Lloyd, didn't we, a while ago in a woolly hat.
Yeah, he must be from the south of England, mate. Now Nick, ball above his feet. Get this one moving from right to left. On the uphill slope as well. And see this one bound. Is he going to peer its head above the clouds? No, it's not. And that's going to be a difficult chip from down there.
Very true, but John Henry would trade.
Yeah, most definitely. He's been in some bother. Needs to get this close. Your mates are watching on there, John. I think they'd be a bit disappointed. They could see, you could see them waving there. They knew that was looking to move in from the left, but didn't.
Yeah, they haven't put a foot wrong, them two. They're hitting every great shot known to man. Now Turner, just off the fringe of the green, up a little rise. There's a little bowl over there on the right hand side of 12. Then it's fast down right to left. Not to be, but I'm sure he'll convert that one for a nice par at 12.
Now Gavin Moynihan looking for the 20th eagle on this hole this week.
That's phenomenal. It does open itself up for nice low numbers as this one's tracking. Gather some speed. Oh, he's got a little knee trembler left.
Yeah, and we saw earlier, if the ball gets to the hole, it will trundle on past, so maybe just a bit wary of that. Now Özell, third shot at the par 5 10th. Just a wedge, looking to get this one tight for a tap-in birdie. Bit of spin, yeah. A little bit longer than it looks, maybe 4 or 5 feet, but still very, very good.
Yeah, controlled that well. Now Irishman down the slope. Would have seen a little bit of read from his playing partner. Not by the hole though. Is it going to dive in? It does.
And that's a full house of birdies on the 7th in this 54-hole tournament for McIlroy. 3 out of 3.
God, can't be bad, can it? Easy game. Now, this is a tough chip, Scotty. I mean, there's a big bank there he's got to dice with. Real topsy-turvy green.
Yeah, soft hands. Get the control on the ball, which he's done. A bit too much control, perhaps.
It was just, the nice thing about it was he was on a nice little upslope there. He was able to propel the ball a little bit higher and land it soft. Now, Henry, this would be some par save.
Yeah, you really can't be dropping shots on these par 5s that everybody is eating up. And that is a great save.
I don't think he thought he had that one. It just took a little left-hand turn on him.
Yeah,
disappeared.
He thought it was staying out there, didn't he?
He did.
Now McCarthy, in the first event of last season's EuroPro Tour, missed the cut. Oh, he's missed that birdie putt on 10. Still though, very much in the mix. Don't get frustrated. Think about the positives, like his great par here on the 9th, which, Scott, is a really tough hole.
Yeah, beautiful looking par 3, just over 200 yards from the back tee. Water all the way up to the hole and down the left side of the green. Big deep bunker in there, guarding the front. And with that pin on the left today, that is the toughest position it can be. A brave shot needed, John.
Oh, it is, Scotty. It really is. Anything over the green as well feeds down to a wall, and it really does slope away on you. Like this ball now needs to come to a halt, you know, extra couple of yards. That's catching the slope and feeding off the green, and that's going to be really difficult.
like McIlroy, Moynihan looking for 3 birdies out of 3 on 7. Yes, hat-trick duly completed, and that means Moynihan enjoys a 2-shot lead.
Yeah, perhaps a significant move as we move towards the end of the front 9. Now Fenwick at the 9th. Pin tucked on the left, as we said, the toughest position. Will he be taking it on? It looks like he's gone for the high draw. And that looks a bit left to me. Oh, in the hazard. Possibly dry, John. Might be able to get a stab at it.
You never know, Scotty. I mean, it doesn't look like there's a lot of water down there, but it's going to be difficult now. Turner, difficult position here at 13. Hitting this really high, landed soft. Oh, look at this release. Oh, he's played this extremely well. One of their signature holes, this 13th.
Uzel now, just a clean up for his birdie on 10. Another of the par 5s. And yeah, straight in the middle, no doubt with that one.
Yeah, great for Steve.
Yes, good news for him, but bad news for Fenwick.
Yeah, ball in hand there, he's taken a drop, penalty drop. Obviously wasn't able to get club on ball.
Now this one here down the slope, this would be some 3. Catch the left edge, oh, just didn't hit it. Fraction more, and that was in for Turner.
Yeah, quite a few putts just turning away as they're lacking pace at the hole today for some of these players. Now Fenwick has taken a drop, 3rd shot on the par 3. Needs to get this up and down, vitally important, but not an easy spot. 20 feet for bogey.
Such a tough position to be at on the left of this hole. No, not much green to work with. Canty's lucky stars are in more trouble. Now McCarthy at 11. Blind second shot over the corner a little bit. Don't want to miss this right. Big drop off on the right hand side of this green.
He looked to be eyeing that one down.
Well, there we go. Looks to be good. Now it's Steve to go next. Likes to draw the ball from left to right. It's his natural shot. And look at this one, dancing yet again. Done it on the previous hole and does it again here at 11.
Yeah, he's finding some good form, finding his eye. Now Beans needs his eye as well here, as well as the pace. Got the line on it.
It's a fearsome hole, that 9th, in so many ways. Now McCarthy to get nearer the top.
Yeah, the sun's come out now. Be warming up nicely, and the boys will be hoping the blade warms up and they make some putts. But again, that one is a little shy.
Now Fenwick to, well, limit the damage with a bogey 4 if he can. Straight in there, go on. No, not to be. That's going to leave him now from a foot away for a double bogey.
Would you believe, lads, that's the 31st double bogey or worse on this hole this week.
Yeah, and not surprising when you see it from the tee, but course management is key here, and he'll be ruined going at that flag. So much green to the right. Get it on there, especially on the final day. Try and 2-putt, get out with a par. But that's 2 shots gone, as we said. Now Uzel, after that great approach again, to make another one.
Whisker further left, and that was in for Steve, and that would have been back-to-back great birdies.
No, Beans missed his par putt, gave it a chance, but he still has this now for bogey.
Hendrick, as he makes the turn, not feeling full of beans.
No, definitely not. Phil, love the pun, mate, love the pun. Now McCarthy for par. Yes. Well done, Nick. Very tight driving hole, this 11th as well. Sets up a very difficult second.
I can tell you with a closing round of 66, Jimmy Mullen from Royal North Devon is the joint clubhouse leader with Kyson Lloyd. But out in front, it's a couple of Irishmen. Gavin Moynihan is extending his lead in the Lucas Championship. He's 2 clear of the field and looking to secure his maiden EuroPro Tour win. Welcome back everyone to the Lucas Championship around the impressive Colt Course at Close House in the county of Northumberland in North East England. This is the first tournament of the season, and poised to make a flying start to the campaign is Gavin Moynihan, 2 shots clear of fellow Irishman Dermot McIlroy as the final group step onto the 9th tee. This can be one very fearsome par 3, as Kit explains.
The 9th tee shot is one of the most intimidating here at Close House. You've got a lot of lake in your eye line, and that pin is tucked way left today in a real final round position. The final group have been waiting on the tee for a good 5 minutes now, waiting for the guys in front to finish up on the green. There's going to be lots of thoughts going through their minds. Let's see who can stay focused and get it safely onto the green.
Yeah, the boys in front had a Lionel Blair, Neil Fenwick's group. Now, Moynihan. This is about 6 iron, aiming this 30 feet right at the pin. Start drawing it back to this back left pin today. Oh, that's long. And that's tough.
Yeah, that was a very aggressive line. He certainly wasn't playing for the heart of the green there, I don't think, John. He was going at it.
Young and fearless, Scotty. We all used to be like that, didn't we?
Yeah, we all were at one time. You can see that. Started on the flag. Touch a draw. Maybe that's what just threw it to the back of the green and over. Now, McIlroy, will he be as brave? As we said, finding the putting surface is the key, and get out with 2 putts, but that is left and in the hazard.
That's in Neil Fenwick territory, and that's going to be trouble over there. Just the bottom half probably stops to go, and then the top half just takes over, and you just hoik it that little bit too much. But he looked like he cleared himself out of the way nicely there.
Now on the members' scorecards, this, the 15th, is stroke index 1.
Yeah, for me, it's a 3-wood all day long off the tee for positioning, but it's a very awkward green. And this is a great second shot by Turner, finding the dance floor, and that's an uphill putt. Now Henry.
Yeah, also through the back of the 9th green. Green to work with, and he's played that nicely. Yeah, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, be happy as Larry with that one.
Now let's meet another title contender here at Close House. James Fraser, a man who believes himself to be at the golfing crossroads. Before the round, Kit caught up with him.
James, you said in a recent newspaper interview that you're coming to a crunch point in your career. What exactly did you mean by that?
You know, I'm going to be 30 in June. I feel like one of the old guys out here now. And, you know, I don't want to say that I'd give up, because I feel like I still got so much good golf in me, and until it gets to that point, that I don't think I will give up.
After spending 2014, 2015 in contention for a Challenge Tour place, really, how disappointing was the 68th placed finish on the Order of Merit last season?
I was so disappointed that I'd missed out on, you know, maybe getting a top 5 spot, that I tried too hard, definitely from the start of the year. I mean, you know, I played okay for the first few events. It didn't sit well with me that I didn't make the trip to Desert Springs. And also having to go back to the qualifying school this year.
Yeah, Q School was a tricky one for you this year. An opening 76 and you were way down the field, but then 2 rounds of 66 and you finished tied second. How much can you take from not only the golf that you displayed there, but also the mental strength?
You know, the tied second's a bonus. I went there, you know, purely to try and better my category and to play a tournament. I wouldn't have wanted to come here without any form, or, you know, and this being my first tournament.
You've carried that form here, right in contention at Close House. How satisfying is it to make such a strong start to the season?
You're not here to, you know, make the cut or finish second. You're here to win, and you have to get off to the best possible start. And you know, luckily I have, and I'm in a chance to win today.
And what would it mean to you if you did get that first win today?
You know, I've had now, you know, 4 or 5 second places on the EuroPro, so and 2 playoff losses, which is never nice. So yeah, to get the win would be great.
And a birdie on the 11th would really help the cause.
Yeah, he needs some putts to drop on this back nine. Needs a cheeky little run, John.
He does indeed, Scotty, and that can start the run he wants. Some holes coming up, good birdie chances to follow if he can capitalise on some good wedge play, good iron play. Now, McIlroy down in deep trouble.
Well, this looks brutal, and this is brave or foolish. We'll find out.
He seems like he's pretty pleased with it, but that is just going to trot along by, catching the slope, feeding further and further away from the hole. And that's going to be a monster par effort coming back, but a very brave shot from down in there, Scotty.
Yeah, I'm guessing he didn't fancy a drop back into the deep stuff on the slope. Felt he could get into the back of the ball. Key to stay very still here. And there we go, gets the angle of attack just right to punch it out, but no control. Would have been hoping for it to stay on the top level. No turn-up for his birdie on 15. Slightly down the slope, a little bit from the right, and that, well, I'm not sure how you describe that, John,
well,
at this stage of the game.
Yeah, unfortunately, you got to get these balls past the hole, and that was nowhere near. Unfortunately for turn. Now, lengthy par save up over the ridge. Taking a bit of right to left. Well, hopefully he can knock that one in for a, well, very well fought bogey it will be in the end. Now this for a par for Turner.
Yeah, the putts have been getting a little bit tentative, as we said. And you really got to try and push on the final few holes. The leaderboard is so congested. Just making one or two putts can make such a difference to your finishing position.
Now this is Moynihan for par. Oh, and the 9th claims yet another victim.
Cool. It will claim a lot more over the years to come, especially when the British Masters comes there. I think that might be a bit of a focal point, as we've seen Nick here at 13 in position A off the tee. Now, perfect angle to attack this flag. 130 yards out. And dominate it with a bit of backspin just below the hole. And that's going to set up a nice chance for a birdie at 13.
Yeah, now Henry, we saw him play a delightful little pitch from the back of the green. Can he save par? He can indeed.
Fitting he's decked out in red, he shares his name with the owner of Liverpool Football Club.
The stat man. He knows it all, this Phil. Well done, Phil.
Now McCarthy, good approach as John described. Can he convert? No, misread it. Misread it a little bit. Perhaps didn't come off the putter exactly how he wanted. And some frustration. Got to keep a lid on it. On to the next. All you can do is try and birdie the next hole, John.
Yes, you can. It's how you bounce back, Scotty. We've had to do it in our years. Now these youngsters got to fight it themselves and figure it out, and that's a bogey.
And so, despite his bogey on 9, Moynihan's lead is still a couple of shots. Now though, from 4 players, including James Watts from the Kingsway Golf Centre, who's targeting a birdie on the par 5 17th.
Yeah, third shot here for Watts. 2 behind currently. As we said, needs to get this one close to put a bit more pressure on those leaders going into the back 9. And that has not got up the slope. And now you can really see the severity of some of the slopes on these greens.
Yeah, it can make you a little bit foolish sometimes, but they are that hard and difficult. As we see our leader digging down deep, getting this one high up in the air. And that's a very good course management. Took all the trouble out of play that's lurking on the right hand side. Playing left of the hole. You can see there's not the best of lies. See it with the hands a little bit there, Scotty?
Yeah, long way below his feet there. It is pretty awkward. Perhaps just saved it a bit too much left of the pin, but nevertheless not bad. And that's another one. Attacking the pin, just releasing out. Greens are quite firm.
He's chipping well though. Got close on the previous hole on 9. He's chipped it close there. Now Watts Left himself a lengthy putt here for a birdie at 17. This was a nice spring and a step if it went in. Oh, slow down ball, gathers a bit pace there.
He gave it a chance, which is what he needed to do. Now then, McIlroy. Fourth shot. Not too much green to work with. Yeah, lovely control. Tap him.
Nice bit of speed through there though, Scott, didn't he? He just got that nice bit of spin on that. A little bit different from his playing partner.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of snap at the bottom. Just put that little bit of grab on it, like you said. And he's able just to walk up and tap this one in. Always nice.
As an amateur back in 2013, he was tied 9th in the Northern Ireland Open at Galgorm Castle on the Challenge Tour.
All right, well there you go, some good play being played. Now what's... Oh no, that's definitely letting one, if not two, slip there on 17 after being in not a bad position in 3 shots.
Yeah, that's one of the easier holes on the course this week. So going in with a wedge and making bogey was not even entering his mind, I'm sure. But now it's a reality, he's got to deal with it.
That's pretty right across the back edge of this green. A little bit of slope left to right. It's tracking. Oh, right across the face of the hole. Cellophane bridge.
Yeah, he would have been picking that one out in his mind.
Now we've just seen James Watts make a bogey on 17. He's now playing the last, and this is not a hole you want to play when your mindset isn't the best.
Now here we go. 420 yards almost. Drive up the middle would be great. Cambering left to right, short of that bunker with the drive. Second shot in over water. And water all the way up the right and a bunker. Back of the green sloping off into the hazard. A pretty tough finishing hole, you have to say.
Oh, it is, Scotty. It really is. I mean, that little stream working up the right-hand side of the ball seems to just find it off the tee if you're not careful. As we see Watts now, this will be in the region of an 8-iron in his hand. It was on the green and then it's off again, just on the fringe, but near the back portion where you want to be.
Yeah, pretty safe shot there. Coming off that bogey at the last, really disappointing bogey.
It's a good swing though, Scott.
Good swing, yeah, compact. I think he was just looking to feed that one in with a little bit of fade and just didn't quite get it.
Yeah, dangerous flag that over on the right hand side today at 18. Now, this man Henry, can he make it another up and down? Oh, it just didn't move enough left to right. His playing partner, Monahan, just went across the face. Oh, he thought he was going to do the same.
Yeah, although there's some big slopes and some big borrows, there's also some subtle ones on these greens.
There are. They're clever. Very clever indeed. I don't believe it.
Bemused, bothered and bewildered.
Yes, indeedy. Now this would be some putt from the off the back left, right-hand side of this green, I should say. Right across, feeds down, it's tracking, get there. Oh, and you like that. You will like that a lot. Good putt from over there on the far left-hand side of the green. Now look at this baby. Oh, work your magic.
Now this is interesting. Pick a line and commit to it. Got to get the trajectory right.
I love watching shots like this. Out from behind the trees, got to feed it through a gap, work the ball out. You see the ending, you know, the old Seve Ballesteros kind of swing and Zorro effect going on after the shot. Love it.
But his playing partner has attacked, and it's paid dividends.
Well, that was a seriously aggressive play from McElroy off the tee. It really narrows up here, but he took on the gap between the trees and he's got his rewards. He's got a far shorter shot in now, just 122 yards. That aggressive execution off the tee has turned what could be a tricky par into a serious birdie opportunity.
Well, McElroy, second shot into 11, looking straight down at the stick. Bird's eye view at this pin position today. It's a sand iron in hand. Oh, and dancing it round the flag. Beautiful shot, setting up another birdie opportunity.
So we go to Watts, just to clean up on 18. It's been a good day. The blemish at 17 will hurt. But that's a fine round of 67. Moved him up the leaderboard nicely today.
Yeah, 17. Oh, he's going to be ruining that one. And Monahan, short and right, done well out of the trees.
Yeah, important up and down here. He's obviously seen his playing partner in close with a birdie chance. Still left himself a bit of work though. Struggling for his par here.
Now this is Jonathan Caldwell, who 10 years ago was playing foursomes in the Walker Cup with a certain Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, not bad that one. Good experience that. And John's a seasoned pro, plays every year here on the EuroPro Tour, and a good player to boot. Very strong character, good player. And here, finding the dance floor at 18, his final hole out of that bunker on the left hand side, which ain't easy.
Back on 11, if this doesn't go in, the lead is surrendered.
Yeah, important putt. Obviously, they're all important. But that wasn't his best stroke either. And an untimely bogey. Could see some movement here between the leaders. Going to be an interesting final 6 or 7 holes.
It's definitely going to be that, Scotty. Now, Jonathan Caldwell, this would be something 3 to find the green here at 18 from that bunker, and now a slippery slidey one down the hill, across the green. Oh, and that's a nice judge, well-paced putt. And be tapping that one in for a par.
And John, you're anticipating a big season for this man.
Yeah, I think it's overdue, Phil, I really do. This man is, I've known him, I worked a little bit at Hollywood Golf Club down the road from where he's from in Newton Ards, and I was just, yeah, he's a very good player and likeable character as well.
Now this is for the lead, and it's duly dispatched. Dermot McIlroy, a 2-shot swing on 11. What a turnaround. McIlroy is back where he started the day. That's one clear of Moynihan, with McCarthy also right there, as the Lucas Championship is building to quite a climax. Still plenty of people with a chance to capture the title. Join us back at Close House in just a moment. The Colt Course at Close House, venue for the Lucas Championship, where, after both made pars on the 12th, Dermot McIlroy leads Gavin Moynihan by a single shot, with Nick McCarthy also sharing second place. As for the leader in the clubhouse, 4 of them have that distinction on -5. Now McCarthy has gone to the demanding 15th, and this hole, John, certainly demands respect.
Oh, it sure does. I mean, tee box is down near the clubhouse really here at 15, and you come up over a lake, real tall high rise. You got a ball spotter up on the top waving the red and the green flag to let you know if you can go, but the trees are tucked there on the left hand side that you can just see as it lurks around. So big dogleg, swooping dogleg from right to left. In, if I was a betting man, I would say probably a nice little 3 would give you nice position off the tee, or you can get driver out and try and take it on and go up the left hand side, which opens up for a lovely angle looking at this beautiful tight green, which is very, very difficult and undulating.
And the colours in those trees, you'd think it was New England in the fall.
You would indeed. Now, you can see he's set well back here, Nick. So he was out with the 3 wood or a long iron. And this is the trouble. You miss this green left and it is bounding down and away, and it's a treacherous up and down to try and save your par.
Now here's the leader, new leader on 13, second shot. Short iron. Again, looking to get these shots tight today in the closing stretch. Or just a yard too long, perhaps. And that is another treacherous little chip up to the green, over the slopes and down to the hole.
We saw Steve Yazell miss a short birdie putt on 11. He bogeyed 12. A couple of pars after that. 2 under with a chance for birdie at 15.
Yeah, he's hit some lovely iron shots on this back 9. Really found his form.
And Moynihan just on the right first cut. Get this up, get a nice connection, bit of spin on it would be handy. When he gets it. A bit late on delivery on that one, but this one's just going to be a difficult putt back down the slope. He wishes that was just about 4 foot, a little bit shyer than that would have been a straighter putt. Now he's seen Marcus Armitage hole one from down here when he went on to win a couple of years ago. He's gone for the big flopper. Oh, stay there, ball. Oh, hanging on by the skin of its teeth.
Yeah, he didn't quite get the connection he wanted there. Big aggressive swing at it. Now Henry, 5th shot on the par 4. In all sorts of trouble here, but he's made a good job of that one. Cozying it up.
He's got a good short game, this lad. We've seen him in a spot of bother and he seems to be getting himself out of jail nicely.
Yeah, nice simple technique. Seems to be working for him today especially. No, big par putt here. Not happy with that.
And the moral of this story, Scott, is John said, do not miss that green left.
Oh no, it's definite no-no. Oh, you're in for a boo-boo. Like this man here at 13 missing it left as well. It's just fed away and he's not given that enough, and that's left himself with a very difficult par putt now. On the hole you really need to be capitalising on, but Steve really being an aggressor off the tee, getting the wood out, taking it on, leaving himself with a wedge into this, giving himself a good opportunity for birdie, and gets it again.
Yeah, come on, Steve, allow yourself a smile.
Friends and family of Gavin Moynihan smile when they see their man's record. Twice Irish amateur champion. In 2012, the youngest ever winner of that championship at the age of 17, would you believe?
Yeah, that's seriously impressive, Phil. Scotty, it's nice on your resume, isn't it?
Oh yeah, all those amateur wins are good, especially at a young age. But this is what it's about for this young man now as a pro. It's about holding those clutch putts.
Right in the middle of the hole, and just well deserved. Good timing as well. Lost his lead, fighting it back.
Yeah, very gritty. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to hang in there. It's all about the back 9. Now McCarthy. This for bogey. And that was still a lengthy one, but he's done a good job of it.
I think he just laid up too much off the tee and left himself a long shot in to a very difficult green. Now McElroy to save his par. Oh yes, confidently done in the back of the hole. Puts a dent in it.
Yeah, that was a very good up and down, especially with his playing partner making the birdie. Now Henry for the double bogey 6.
Yeah, it's been wacky races for Henry on 13. Let's wipe that one from the memory bank, my friend.
Yes, that stings. Henry plummets back into a share of 10th place, now 4 adrift of the joint leaders, McElroy and Moynihan. In third, it's McCarthy, tackling the stern par 4 16th that stretches 457 yards.
Yeah, and 457 yards. It's downhill. Once you get it over the 220 mark, it really does open itself up. I mean, it looks a tight target off the tee, but you get it past there, it'll slope all the way down to the far end of this beautiful fairway, and then you come to a green. A couple of bunkers just look in there if you want to entice it and go over the corner, but you're not really going to do that. You're going to leave yourself a nice wedge 9-iron in, depending on the windy conditions, but the green is where it's difficult. It slopes from back to front. Big bunker lurking on that front right-hand side.
And here's McCarthy. He's got it down towards the end of that fairway you described, John. Just coming out of the semi. Down the hill, plenty of elevation. Looking to get some control on it, which he duly has, and that is getting ever closer. Great shot.
Dermot McElroy. We must remind everyone, this is his debut on the EuroPro Tour, but given the extent of his amateur achievements, no one should be surprised he is doing so well.
Well, he's opened himself up for a lovely second shot here at 15. Beautiful tee shot, 9-iron in hand. I think that was a wedge actually. I think I might have got that one wrong because there's a lot of spin on that ball and that needs to slow down. There's a little dip there in the middle of this green. That's just going to feed further away from the flag, unfortunately. Just a yard more and that would have been absolute A1.
Yeah, approach shots have got to be so precise around this course, as we said, to find the right level, stop your ball running away from the hole from a good shot. This man's had some good control today with his approaches. Can he find another one at 16?
Go on, he have. He's been unbelievable with the wedge in his hand, Scotty. A little bit of chubby checker there, feeding back down towards the flag.
Another fairway found for Moynihan, and it's just 115 yards in, but it is a danger pin tucked over on that right-hand side. You want to hit a lovely little fade in there, but the ball's above his feet, and that isn't going to help. You fancy him to go a little bit left here, anything at it, and he's probably pushed it a touch.
And having seen McElroy's approach, he knows he has to be precise.
Well, that stance is saying he's going straight at it. No messing around here. Oh, what a beautiful shot there, Scotty.
Yeah, aggressive with the wedges, taking the pins down, which is what he feels he needs to do to secure this championship. Like you said, he was taking not dead aim, but just aiming right of the flag. Starting it a fraction right with the ball above his feet, looking for a bit of draw spin when it lands on the green. And he played a great shot, like you said, John. Now Özell to convert again. Another fine approach. Bit of swing on this one. He read it beautifully.
Yeah, he strokes it beautifully, Steve. He really does. Good putter of the ball, all-round game. Deserving another win sooner rather than later, I'm sure.
Now McCarthy with a putt to put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, fast putt this one. Only got to touch it. It'll find its way all the way down there. Oh, he can't believe it. He's gobsmacked. How did that not move a little touch to the right?
Yeah, that would have been a huge putt for him. And the top of that leaderboard, like you say, now McElroy. The approach wasn't too bad, a couple of yards out maybe. Tricky little putt up and over. Has he given it enough? Couple of more rolls, that would have held.
You can hear the people in the crowd thought he had it. The oohs and the ahs. That's a little tap in for a par. Chance gonna miss in there, though, you feel. He's in good position in the fairway.
Now on 16, James Fraser. It's been a quiet back nine for him. A birdie on 11, the rest pars.
Yeah, wedge in hand. Looking to take the pin down again. Good line, just 4 or 5 yards short. Won't be too pleased with that. The closing stages, looking to get those close. Now Moynihan for birdie. Big putt here. Well, perhaps didn't quite start it on line. Simplest of tap-ins for par. But yeah, that's a big chance gone for him. Great position off the tee. Great wedge in, just didn't convert.
Well, 2 shots to here for Nick McCarthy. Outright, ball above the stance. Pin lurker on that far right-hand side on this green. And he's played it supremely well. And that's going to be a nice uphill putt. Little bit of left to right in it. And that's going to be for a birdie. You can see where James is aiming this. Left of the hole by a good couple of feet. It's going to swing, it's fast. Oh, look at that one get away from him. There's a bit of work to be done on that one.
Now we saw Özell birdie 16. How about ditto at 17?
Yeah, he's really got his eye in. Lovely stroke. Great birdies towards the end of this tournament, propelling him up the leaderboard. Now Fraser. Wedge in, slightly out. Decent attempt, but it just rolled on, and this is for par. Grabs the right edge.
When he was runner-up in the 2012 European Amateur Championship at Carlton House, he shot a third round 62.
Yeah, some players are not frightened to go low, and that's a great score around that course. Now McCarthy for birdie, grabs the left edge this time. Nice to see one drop for him.
Yes, the Lucas Championship continues to tighten, with McCarthy now only one adrift, on course to establish a new clubhouse target. Up top though, both with 3 holes to negotiate, it's Moynihan and McElroy who share the lead. It's a fittingly dramatic finish to the first event of the EuroPro Tour season, and a tournament that's been a source of pride for the managing director of Close House. John sought out the gentleman in question for a chat.
Well, I'm with the main MD of this golf club, Jonathan Lupton. Mate,
Good to see you, Mugsy.
here we are, buddy. Close House. Beginning of the season for the EuroPro. It's lovely to be here. Is it nice having us?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the 3rd year we've had it. So this year, obviously, we've got a big event at the end of the year, so we moved the event forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Which has meant hard work for the greenkeepers to get the course in top condition. But we're delighted how it's looking this week.
I mean, this golf course, I've gone out and strolled the fairways. I can see it's in immaculate condition. I mean, what are the changes that you've made?
Well, we've put some new tees in. We've put 10,000 tons of sand on the fairways to increase the drainage for September, October. We've reshaped 2 greens. We've put in, I think, 7 bunkers, taken 1 bunker out. So the greenkeepers have been busy this winter.
Well, the 28th of September is a big date. I mean, the British Masters is coming to town.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working on it now for over a year. It's going to be the biggest professional event we've ever had in the northeast, and it's about 10 years since we had a tour event in the northeast of England. So we're delighted the tour's back.
I got to say, what kind of champion do you reckon this golf course is going to give?
I think you've got to hit it in a position. You've got to hit it in the correct positions off the tee.
Yeah.
And I think you've got to keep it the right side of the pin. So I would think the guy who can manage his ball flight correctly. Certainly the seniors event we had in 2015. I think the guys who controlled the ball flight the best were the guys who came through.
Yeah, I must admit, when I get on the golf course, I see the greens as a massive obstacle for the players, no matter what standard they're playing at, because they're monstrous, but they're so undulating.
Yeah, I mean, they're running at about 11 this week, and certainly you've got to be the right side of the pin. If you're above the hole, and you can't, you've got to really just think about the pace and nothing else. So yeah, we're delighted to have the golf course in this condition in April.
Ambitious plans here at Close House, and plenty of ambition being shown out on the course, with Moynihan and McElroy leading the way, as the nitty-gritty of the Lucas Championship comes up next. The 2017 EuroPro Tour campaign has been launched by a cliffhanger. Nick McCarthy needs a powerful finish to catch the current joint leaders of the Lucas Championship. That's a pair of Irishmen, Dermot McElroy and Gavin Moynihan. Kit's down on the 16th with the final group.
Well, it's another sublime tee shot from Moynihan. He's in the short grass again, and he's got just 133 yards in. It's a really nice angle. What's more, he'll be going before his playing partner, Dermot McElroy. If he can put it in tight, it'll really pile the pressure on the man he's tied with at the top of the leaderboard.
So Moynihan could be a key shot here. 3 holes to go. Great position, as Kit described. Can he get his first blow in there and get this close? Needs to work in now off that slope. He's trying. Come on. Oh, another couple of yards, John.
Yeah, one more little skip, and I think that would have fed all the way down to the hole. I think he knows it. Nice playing partner. The man in question fighting for the win. McElroy. Tall high-rise shot here, drifting in from the left-hand side as he got the spin. Well, he had the spin, but he didn't have the direction.
Perhaps a little bit safe little bit safe there, John. He could have gone at it a bit more.
Yeah, with that club in your hand, I mean, you've got only just a soft wedge, if not a strong sand iron.
I'll tell you what though, on the closing hole, you will need more than a sand iron for your second shot.
Well, this is the 18th, a par 4 finishing hole for the lads this week. And what a par 4 it is, 418 yards, slightly downhill the tee shot with a slopey fairway from left to right, going down into a hazard that runs from start to finish all the way down the right. You've got this beautiful bunker here lurking at like 300 yards off the tee. So if I was a betting man, I won't see a lot of players actually hitting driver off this tee. They'll probably do what I just done, hit a nice little 3-wood position, make sure they're short of this bunker and leave themselves about 150 yards to the middle of the green here, you know, for your second shot. The biggest problem there is there's this little beautiful bunker halfway up the green on the right hand side, right close to the water. Very narrow entrance, you know, a back right pin on final day would cause havoc for the players as well. And we're going to have a go. Slightly down the breeze, tool hanging over trees on the left hand side, so you don't want to pull it. Come on, drift a bit, drift a bit. Oh, you little beauty. Looks like it's about 10-15 feet. Yeah, you take it. I tell you what, good opportunity for a birdie. Grandstand finish. Winner takes it all.
Scott, we're in the presence of greatness.
Yeah, thin it to win it, hey John? Always works.
How did you guess? Now look at this, tall, high rising. He's been good with the short clubs in hand. He's not too bad again either. That was probably a nice 9-iron there for Stevie. Just a little bit more turn, a little bit more oomph, and that was up by the flag.
Now Moynihan for birdie. Long attempt. Down the slope. Bit of break on this one as well. Can he read it? We've seen a few miss. Oh, same side. Just on that left edge. A few have slid past. It was a great try.
I think I thought that was in there. That was tracking lovely. Now McElroy, similar putt, similar distance. Would have had a nice read. Oh, he looks like he's hit this one a little bit too hard. Hit the hole. Oh no, he's going to have a shaky one coming back from distance.
We've seen it so many times today. That putt is really swift. And we've also seen that 18 is a really stern test. Double bogeys or worse have been outnumbering birdies on this hole this week.
Well, you couldn't leave it in a better place. Nick McCarthy looking down the throat of the hole. That pin back right.
Yeah, we just haven't seen anyone really take that flag on, have we, John?
No, it's an evil flag. It really did. It could put the weebie-jeebies up you. It really could. When you look at that, you only got to leak it a little bit to the right and you're done for. Now, straight up the hill. Save his par. Stay in the hunt.
Yeah, big test of his mettle there in the closing stages. Right in the middle. Another longish birdie attempt. McCarthy from pin high left, where we've seen many putts.
Yeah, another fast putt. Halfway through and then puts the brakes on. Well, that's not a bad effort, but you got to think that one had to go if he wanted any chance of a playoff.
As we see Moynihan tidy up on 16, he's been a prospect for quite some time. He played in the 2010 Junior Ryder Cup at Gleneagles. On the opposing American side, Justin Thomas and Jordan Spieth.
Yeah, some big names in golf there. And he'll be looking to join them in the coming years. As we see Yazell, can he close his tournament? Well, it was a brave try. Now, par 5, 17th. One of the easiest holes on the course this week at 526 yards. You can see the drive up there, pretty wide, a couple of bunkers on the left. Second shot will be played over these trees, which are well short of the green. One big bunker left and just short of this green, but all the guys looking to pick one up here today.
So this is what faces Dermot McElroy here on 17, the par 5. He can go for it in 2. He's a lot further back than Moynihan, but he's got a great angle from up here. The ball just above his feet means he can shape it in nicely from right to left. All he's got to worry about is getting that start line over the trees correct and making sure he's got the right club. But at this stage in the tournament, you've got to go for it.
Yeah, well, let's see. Will he go for it? I'm sure he will be. attacking the green. High draw. Keep it up the right side of the green if you can. Well, that's a good miss there, just short, John.
That was quite unlucky. That just came to an abrupt stop right at the front of that green. One little hop and that was up onto the middle of the dance floor. Now, over the trees he goes. It's coming down. Oh, finds the putting surface. Just flirted with that front left-hand bunker you were talking about, Scotty.
Yeah, long putt in there, but going in with the iron, shorter line to the green, having gone left off the tee. As you can see, decent lie in the rough there. Not causing him too much problems. Able to get it up and over those trees.
Now, Yuzel, well done. Birdies on 15, 16, 17.
Thank you.
Improving the size of the check and holding himself together well after making a double at 2.
Yeah, good final round, 69 there. Set up a nice season for Steve, that will now. A little bit of a spring in his step. Now, from distance for Eagle. This could seal the deal if this one disappears.
Yeah, I'm sure he's looking at that bin lid we talked about. Hasn't quite found that. But a good birdie attempt there.
Now this is a good performance from Nick. 7 under, this to stay 7 under and finish 7 under for the tournament. He gets it. Good performance all round. Solid day at the office. 68 for Mr. McCarthy.
Best performance last season, tied 4th at Caversham Heath. So I think that is going to be bettered immediately.
Most definitely. Now, obviously, poor chip from McElroy has left him this now for birdie. And yes, the chip obviously coming up way short. Didn't execute it right. Left him with a lot of work to get his birdie, and now he's got a, well, you got to say foot and a half putt to save his part. Now James Fraser in a spot of bother.
Yeah, this is interesting. Downslope, weight on his left side, dropping the left shoulder. Just needs to get lucky with the bounce almost. Judged that very, very well. But still work to do for the par.
Yeah, take me after that one. That was threaded through the trees, awkward slope. Now, for birdie, to get the 9 under.
Yeah, this to take a lead into the 18th. And he makes it. That's a huge putt.
Could that be the decisive thrust?
Well, we saw Fraser thread it through the trees. Looked like it was going to get closer than this, but work to do. Has he read it? Has he hit it? Oh yes, that is a superb up and down. And look at that back 9, very solid, just not making the birdies though that were required.
Yeah, it's been a topsy-turvy day at the office for James Fraser for a level par. 3 birdies, 3 bogeys. Now McElroy, stay within 1. Gets it. Go down 18 now, Phil. Ooh.
And on that 18th green, it's been a day to forget for Neil Fenwick. From contention to mid-pack with a round of 80.
Yeah, we all get bad days. That'll be one for him to forget. Move on to the next tournament. Now here we are, it's all about this final hole of the tournament.
Out with the 3-wood, Scotty.
Yeah, as you said, keep it short of that bunker on the left, that's about 300. Picking the tee up quickly, I think he's happy.
Thing is, if you land this ball right, say right half of the fairway, it can feed down into the hazard which is lurking on the right, but that is A1 position to attack for the second. Now what has McElroy got in response to that?
Well, he's got the driver out for a start, which we don't necessarily think is needed today.
Well, he's going to have to thread it past the bunker that's lurking on the left. Well, that just shows you what a monster 3-wood that was from our leader.
Yeah, big 3-wood. Perhaps McElroy took a little bit off that though.
Kids down there on the fairway. What have they got in?
With Moynihan sitting pretty, McElroy's got to think he needs a birdie here. He's done the first bit, he's in the fairway, 162 yards to the flag, but it's not a flag you can go chasing. There aren't going to be too many birdies here today, but he needs to make one if he's going to try and force a playoff here.
Typical match play scenario now, Scotty.
Yeah, no other option but to take the pin on here, I think. But on the left side, keep it safe, pin eye left. No, not happy with it. Perhaps double-crossed himself. Pin high, but too safe. Not really putting any pressure.
He knows he's got to hole it. This man is in A1 position to attack, but this is going to be aiming 15 feet just left of this pin. Pin eye. Wedge in hand.
Yeah, no need to attack. Get it inside your opponent. Especially with the one-shot lead. A little bit shy, perhaps, John?
Yeah, a little bit shy, but I tell you what, he didn't need to get it too close, you know. There's no point taking that flag on. As we see, his might be his final swing of the day, you never know. Nice three-quarter swing, controlled.
Moynihan's given himself a really good chance to close out the Lookers Championship here. He's played into the heart of the green. He's left about 25 feet uphill. The ball's going to move a couple of cups from the left, but because it's uphill, he can be aggressive. This is the type of putt you want to win a tournament.
Well, McElroy is at the last chance saloon here. This, we feel, needs to go in.
Might see some celebration if it does disappear. Come on.
Well, it's a very good putt. Very good putt, but not enough to put enough pressure on. You can see him eyeing it down. And then the eventual disappointment as it slides by. He'll just clean up here and leave way for the champion-elect.
Yeah, and Dermot just a barren spell on those last 7 holes, not getting a birdie. Just might have cost him, but that's a round of 70 and 8 under par for the tournament, and it looks like he might just finish runner-up, I feel.
So Moynihan, one-shot lead already. This for a birdie. Finish in style. It's track in. What a great putt, though. Under pressure. Hasn't left in himself too much to get stressful about.
I tell you, I always like, though, Scotty, I've got to be honest, when that roll's only 6 inches past and this is all you got to win it.
Yeah, those are the easy ones, and that's a great victory.
If you win 4 times on the EuroPro Tour this season, you win £250,000. Moynihan might have the stuff required. 1 down, 3 to go. Kyson Lloyd shot a sizzling 65. Dermot McElroy came close to prevailing on his EuroPro Tour debut. But the 2017 season began in dream fashion for a player with obvious pedigree, Gavin Moynihan.
Gavin, you just won the Lookers Championship. How do you feel?
Yeah, delighted. We had a great battle there, myself and Dermot. Ended up being just pretty much ourselves for the back 9. So, yeah, it was just had a great start, 3 under after 8, and then 9 was playing tough. So, bogey there wasn't too bad, and then Dermot started birdie, and I bogeyed 11. So, suddenly from 2 ahead to 1 behind, I was not a bit shell shocked, but I knew I was playing well. So, last 6 holes played well.
And you were striking the ball fantastically out there today. You must be so happy that you were able to bring that game when there was the pressure on to win in the final round.
Yeah, like it's been for a long time. It didn't like that for a long time. Just haven't really got anything out of it. Put it well for the first kind of 7-8 holes, which is what I've been not doing. So, which is nice to see a few putts drop in. I held out nicely today. So, I'm just honestly, the last 3 days have been a great success.
What a fantastic start to the season here at Close House. We've got a new name for the win. Could you see that Gavin Moynihan could be such a force?
Well, the best thing about the EuroPro Tour is the standard gets better and better every year. Moynihan was someone that joined us with incredible amateur pedigree with his 2 Walker Cups, and he stepped up and showed he can do it in the professional ranks with a great win in his first EuroPro Tour start this week.
Well, absolutely, and we'll see Gavin and the other players for the next one in Ireland at Ballycastine.